Welcome, welcome, and welcome back if you've been here before. It's your girl, Nicole Dominique from Nicole Beauty Co. And I am here today. We are going to demonstrate this gorgeous pink and peach, beautiful party look. You could go just anywhere with this. And don't forget to stay put all the way to the end so you can see how I created this triple layer sparkly party lipstick look. I can't wait. Let's get started. My rock and roll makeup mavens, I am so excited you're here. Let's dive right in. Hey, welcome back again. I am super excited today because we are going to do a first date look. Girl, I am super single. I have not done my hair. I've got zero makeup on. I'm going to start from the beginning and go to the end so you see every little thing about how I turn from this. That's my look. So today we are going to be trying out for the first time Color Story Mirage. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to try this palette because it is gorge. Super pretty. If I could get the stickers off. So check out these pretty colors. There's a lot of pinks, there's a lot of corals, there's some pop color in blue. And of course there's a mirror. I am super stoked to try that. We are going to be using a new primer today, Covergirl. Oh, True Blend Base Business Skin Primer, Pore Minimizing. Well, I have huge pores. We are gonna find out if this is accurate, not accurate, a complete falsification. I'm also going to be trying for the first time L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup with Broad Spectrum SPF 17, a new shade, Cool Fair Ivory, and it is C0.5. Really matches kind of my wrist better than my face, which is a lot more discolored, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. So the first layer, of course, is always moisture level. I have combination skin. It's so deserty and dry and awful on the outside, and on the inside it is absolutely an oil slick. But nonetheless, we're moving forward. We're gonna go for it. Beautiful. So you gotta let that set for just a minute. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I am like the most impatient person. It is so hard to bake my face between layers, but I'm gonna give it a shot because date night makeup matters. So we're going to start the foundation level, of course, with a wet beauty blender sponge, my favorite. So I can already see that this foundation is really light, which is okay with me. I don't mind that at all. And it's pretty blendable. I think so much makeup is based on, are you willing to sit there and blend it? Still trying to hide this one bruise I've got left over from my fillers. It's the 21st, my fillers were done on the 9th. And I have, just to keep it 100% real, I have lips, I have cheeks, I have tear troughs. Heck, if I could, just filler my whole face, I would 100% do it. I am really honestly, let's just keep it totally real. I am a huge proponent of anti-aging procedures. If there's something I can do, I will do it. I have had Fractal on my face, which is an ablative laser surgery that temporarily gives you more collagen. I have had a brow lift, I've had a nose job, I have lip filler, I have cheek filler, eye trough filler, I got all sorts of stuff going on here. I was not blessed with what I would personally consider ideal skin. So I've pretty much my whole life had to deal with skin that I didn't exactly love. But my skin and I have become friends, and I totally get what she's after, and I try to give it to her whenever I possibly can. I try to work with her, not against her. That's sort of the beauty of getting older, is you start to know yourself so much better. You know what looks good, what doesn't. But there's always room to try new stuff. So we're going to see if this foundation is buildable, because I need a little more coverage here. So I'm going to start with this area because this is going to be my most set. Definitely buildable. I am willing to say I can layer to my heart's content. What are my, no additional promises? Oh, lift for drug facts. I don't know that I would consider makeup a drug. Well, I guess it is, because makeup is like super addicting, so yeah, it's totally a drug. All right, well, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have to hold up for a minute. I love the power of makeup. To me, it's such a great way to be creative. You can make yourself look 100% different, and I love that about it. You can go to the club and look 100% different than you would go to a business meeting. I'm just kind of rolling my blender to feather out my edges here. I'm going to do my hair afterwards, and because it's date night magic, I'm going to put on some false eyelashes and we're going to see what we get. Gotta say, pretty happy, pretty happy. I'm gonna follow up with our concealer, which is L'Oreal Palette, L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear. And this has the biggest doe foot. This isn't a doe foot, this is a moose foot. This thing is out of control, it's huge. Nonetheless, it really doesn't matter to me what the applicator is like, because I'm gonna blend it out no matter what. Streak on the nose. So sexy. A little bit of sunrise. I like to put concealer where I think the sun is going to hit to create the light spots, so I'm artificially casting light into my face. I mean, I feel like I need a little artifice at this point, being nearly 50. I'm 49 in a couple months. You can get away with so much more when you're younger. When you're older, you gotta work for it, honey. I'm sorry. You gotta cover up your bags. Oh. Or at least I have bags. Maybe you don't, but I do. My favorite eye primer, Smashbox 24 Photo Finish. Almost out. Just warm the product up between your fingers. Okay, so the next step for me is going to be a little NARS Narcissist. We're going to start to contour. Fluffy brush. I like to start with a dark tone. I'm creating a shadow to kind of create the illusion that I have a much more chiseled jaw than I really have in reality. And I'm going on either side of my Adam's apple because I want to push that area back, and then I'm going to put a highlight here to pull that area forward. Little buffing motion. There we go. There we go. That's what we're after. Now, I had my tattoo specifically designed to cut out this V shape because I do generally have a double chin. Depends on my weight. I go up and down on my weight, but this is a much more flattering shape to someone who tends to get a little bit of a double chin than a round shape. So I wanted to make sure that my tattoo gave me the most flattering edge that I could. Also, you know, I am, as I've mentioned, had cosmetic surgery. I'm going to probably have more in the future. I'll eventually have a facelift, and I kept my neck piece, basically my Victorian collar, pretty low. And the reason I did that is because my plastic surgeon at the time recommended that I have this minimum amount of area so that when I have a facelift, I don't pull that skin onto my face. So that was strategic. I knew at some point I'd have it done, and I definitely did not want to go crazy and have a problem. So I'm going to blend out this area with a smaller brush, but I'm basically just narrowing the nose using a little bit of contour. Super fluffy motion. You want to make sure you're blurring your edges. If I haven't mentioned it before, I'm 100% not a makeup artist, so my makeup is not perhaps the most consistent in terms of my application. I am a makeup lover. I am definitely not a makeup artist. I am a visual artist. I'm a professional commercial artist, but I am not someone who does makeup for a living. Now I'm going to take a different brush and do my contour, just because I don't like my contour in any way tainted from the dark color to the light color. Blush Rush Peony by Smashbox, one of my favorite colors. My particular palette, I look fantastic in pinks. Pinks of all kind, I look really, really good in, so. Gotta blend it out, ladies, gotta blend it out. So I'm not a massive fan of bronzer personally. I don't tend to use it very much. So I'm going to put just a dusting of warmth on. I actually tend in general to like a little paleness in my life. I just, you know, one of my huge heroines when I was growing up was Morticia Addams. I thought she was smoking hot. And so I probably have a little leftover Morticia in my life. Gotta love Morticia. And that was ID Bare Minerals in Light, and it is a foundation SPF 15 with sunscreen. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and set my foundation. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm lying to you. I need to blend out my nose a little bit. Now, I had a nose job, as I mentioned, rhinoplasty if you prefer, and I went to a facial plastic surgery specialist, and I definitely got an improvement. I had a massive bump on my nose, which is now gone, but I have very, very thick skin, according to 2 different plastic surgeons, and there is a limit to what they can do because my skin is so thick that actually the shaving process doesn't show through 100%. Even if they did a lot of fine chiseling, it wouldn't show. So in some ways, my nose is a little wider than I would prefer. And so I like to use a little makeup to kind of sculpt it out a little bit more. Okay, so we are going back. We're going to set our powder with MAC Studio Fix. And this is in C2. Fluffy brush, and I am pressing this powder in. All right, on to the fun part. I really love the eyeshadow part. It's my favorite part. So I'm going to start with Coral as my base. Love Coral. It's kind of a pinky, peachy, and I'm going to do that from the inside to the outside. Oh, it is a gorgeous color. Gonna look super sweet and romantic on a date. I love drama makeup too, but I wouldn't generally do it on a first date. I don't know. I tend to like the more romantic vibe. I like to save my drama makeup for work or clubs. I just tend to go a tad more on the conservative side if I'm doing a first meet and greet with someone. We're going to go sand for the upper brow. Can you see that? Pretty shimmer. So I'm going to go next with Maui in the crease. Maui's like a bright tropical drink. Now this is the eye that I have the large scar on, so it always takes me a little longer to blend out this side. So I'm going to pop a little Mirage on the main part of my lid. Mirage is kind of like a Barbie shimmer pink. I love pink. Wow. Such a pretty color. Last but not least, we're going to do just a tiny, tiny dab of the papaya, and we're going to mix that with the Mirage and put it on the inner corner. Jet setter for the waterline. You ever tend to make faces when you're doing your makeup? Like, I make crazy faces. I'm all like... I'm using a little bit of sunshine and the tiniest little brush. And I'm just going to go back in and blend my edges a little bit with a fluffier brush. So I'm really, really liking this palette. I'm not getting a ton of fallout. I've got just a tiny dab right here, but nothing that I couldn't clean up. Yeah, buddy. I gotta love it. Got to love it. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera for a minute. I'm gonna do my brows just because I need to get super close up in the camera, and if I do it on camera, chances are you're gonna be looking at the crown of my head and not my brows. So I will be right back. Anastasia of Beverly Hills, and I'm using that in medium brown. Also Anastasia of Beverly Hills, and that is the Brow Powder Duo 12M, which is also a medium brown. Gotta find a brush. Just cutting my brow in a little bit. If you've been here before, you know how much I love a cut brow. Now one thing I will say about this L'Oreal True Match, it's a lot thinner than the other foundation I tend to wear, which is my Skin Clearing Oil-Free Neutrogena with Blemish Treatment Salicylic Acid. It just has a thicker consistency. So, wah wah, trying to get my jam on. Ink liner. Now I have hooded eyes, so I don't go crazy with the tail. The brow itself, the lower brow, when you're looking straight ahead, you don't want to do more than half of that space, because otherwise when you're looking straight ahead, people will just see a black ring and they won't see all the blending you did on your makeup. So I'm going to go off camera for just a second. I got to apply my lashes, which I cannot do on camera. I'll be back. So I went ahead off camera and finished my look. Obviously, I put my faux eyelashes on, and they are a faux mink eyelash from Kiss. I love them. Super cute. I did my hair, and then I finished my lip look. Now for my lips, I tried a brand new product, Wet n Wild, and it is the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in 923B Pink Really Hard. And since this is a Barbie look with lots and lots of pink, I thought that was great. I outlined with your Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner. Really liked it. This is probably one of my more favorite lip liners I've ever tried because it was really easy to apply. A lot of lip liner I seem to struggle with. I have, micro lines around my mouth, but that was super gel, super creamy. And then I finished my lip look with I'm All Yours, and it's a glitter lip in Skinny Dip. And this, my friends, is going to be my special romantic pink date night look. I really like it. I really love pinks on me. I love corals. I just feel like it's a fun, beautiful look that I can wear just about anything, and it's going to look fantastic. I'm going to look really good in bright light, daylight, low light, doesn't matter. Oh, can you check out these glittery lips? Hopefully you guys can see that on camera because I think it is spectacular. I absolutely love it. We're going to pop on just a tiny bit of shimmer. I always use a fan brush for this. Otherwise, I tend to go too far. I stay away from the tear trough and just keep it on top of the bone. Just a little something, something. A little bit on the nose. I like to pop just a tiny bit above each eyebrow. Cupid's bow. Just a tiny bit on the chin. Oh, so pretty, so sparkly. This is definitely a fantastic party look, I think. I could go just anywhere at all. Love it, love it. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you joined my little tribe. I would love to see you back again. I love community. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. If there is something you want me to try, please let me know in the comments so that I can do up a look for you, because as a nearly 50, quite rock and roll girl, I like to do things just a little out of the box. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a gorgeous day.